What's up? What's up? So, tomorrow is another big day for LSU. They're in the running for some five stars. Um, Multiple five stars will be committing tomorrow, including Cole Dellinger, a four-star as well, Garrett Dellinger's brother. So, you got Dante Moore committing quarterback in the running with LSU. Notre Dame's in there. Oregon, of course. Then you got Collins Akimpong, defensive end, five-star out of Fairmont. They're at Fairmont High in California. Really unbelievable athlete, Collins Akimpong. Who knows where his ceiling is, but his ceiling seems really boundless athletically. But still not the finished article, still very raw as a football player. We'll see where he ends up. There's, Miami, Michigan, UCLA, and of course, the LSU Tigers right there in the mix for yet another top talent there. And then Jalen Brown, five-star out of Gulliver Prep. We've been saying it. We've been writing it. Jalen Brown was trending towards LSU over the last month and a half, ever since his visit was such a success. A lot of steam was picking up. He had already really been attracted to LSU by the move from Cortez Hankton going there and continuing to reestablish that relationship with the Gulliver Prep star. And now I'm thinking, you add up everything that I continue to hear, everything that I continue to see over the following month and a half from his visit. It's been nothing but a just upward rising climb in the stock market for Jalen Brown to join the Tigers. Can LSU grab a five-star that no one saw coming? That almost no one projected seeing this coming. Yes, they can, and from what I'm hearing, they will. We wrote extensively background on the information in our article right here, LSUODYSSEY.com. Go check that out. This is very interesting here with Jalen Brown. 11 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards, 56 catches last fall. My info from staff, recruiting sources as well, and recruit sources close to Jalen Brown tell me, yes, they have made a huge dent here, LSU, and are on track as of now to receive the Gulliver Prep wideouts commitment tomorrow. I said don't sleep on Cortez Hankton Jr.'s grind, and here we're seeing the fruit of this. This is where this can get a little tricky, but also very, very, very good potentially with the receiving group for 2023. LSU have to have a dominant receiving class here in 2023. If they can secure Jalen Brown, get Shelton Sampson Jr. sooner rather than later, of course. If they can keep Brown's commitment until signing day, that's a worry I'm hearing from the fan base more than anyone else. But then you can also add Harvey Broussard III, Kai Preen, and that's even without Omarion Miller, who, of course, decommitted from LSU and now looks to be possibly, highly likely, following Mickey Joseph to Nebraska. But, LSU getting another commitment, their sixth commitment over the last, since July 1st, their sixth commitment in July. In 7 days, six commitments in 7 days. It's been incredible. Jeremiah Hughes out of Bishop Gorman. Though he's a 3-star, very, very strong tackler on the edge. Takes smart angles. Coverage, he's still raw, and that's where he'll be developed by Robert Steeples. But at the same time, he's a smart player. He plays on a really talented team at Bishop Gorman. Very hard hitter. Loves to get in the mix there and break things up. 7 pass breakups this last season. He also was able to show some versatility playing receiver, where some of his film he's just burning corners. So, very good anticipation and reading of the game from Jeremiah Hughes. Um, Reading the backfield too. He didn't bite on any fakes really, and he really controlled his side of the field and just shut that shit down. Very, very interesting player from LSU's perspective. 3-star, of course, but I don't think he's a 3-star. I think he's at least a 4-star talent. Yeah, I talk about the whole staff playing a role, huge role, from Kane to Steeples, but also Pat Hill, the D-line assistant, Sherman Wilson, who's been a recruiting mastermind wherever he's been, but now at LSU, coming home, he's hit the ground running and really taken charge. And then Corey Phillips, another recruiting overlord for Brian Kelly's staff. Brian Polian, who had the assist for Joshua Mickens, established that relationship a long time ago at Notre Dame. And this was a total team effort from this staff. Jordan Arsamon as well, helping with Cortez Hankton, with Jalen Brown potentially committing. I think you will see Jalen Brown become LSU's 7th commitment in 8 days. Will we see LSU sign Colin Zakimpong or Dante Moore, the other 2 5-stars, or perhaps Cole Dellinger, Garrett Dellinger's brother? Those I'm iffy on, and those I did put out a piece predicting those. That's right on the site. Oh shoot, off, boom, LSUODYSSEY.com right there. That's where you go. That's where we put the predictions for Dante Moore, Colin Zakimpong. Very, very interesting because there's a few teams in the running right here at the end. Will NIL decide where some of these guys go? It's interesting. Dante Moore. LSU were in the running for Dante Moore for a little bit there after he was hanging out with Joe Burrow, Tyrann Mathieu. Really got a feel for LSU. I think he was really vibing with the Tigers and things were working out really well. And I think Joe Sloan and staff zeroed in Moore as the guy for this class. And then Dante went on a visit to Oregon, and I think things really started trending that way. We'll see. I wouldn't count LSU out 100% at all. But it seems to be trending more towards Oregon here for Dante Moore. I don't think Notre Dame, who are the early favorites, are in it anymore, but who knows? Who knows with Dante Moore? I'm saying from what I'm being told, what I can see from the actions, not just what people are saying, of course, but the actions. I see Oregon being really the place. Collins Akiampong, Miami, UCLA, Michigan, and then LSU all really in the mix here. Will he stay home with his support system? This is a young man from Ghana who's only been in California, I think, for a year and a half now. Will he choose to stay in California at UCLA? They'll build the defense around him, stay with his support system. Michigan are getting crystal balls for Collins Akimpong is very, very interesting to me. Because Miami seems to be the pick for me with Jason Taylor on staff, recruiting him and doing a hell of a job there, and Mario Cristobal, having known Collins Akimpong for some time here. Being out on the west coast of Oregon at one point and seeing him when he came out. But, I think Miami seemed to be the pick for me, but he could pick UCLA, he could pick Michigan, and it would be amazing if he picked LSU. It would be outrageous if he picked LSU. But there's so much momentum. There's such a pulse for LSU recruiting right now that don't count them out of any of these races. Just don't, because we haven't seen Brian Kelly and how his brand is sold and how well it's received yet completely to fruition. Let's see how that happens. Tomorrow, July 8th, big day for LSU recruiting potentially here. And you've already heard my prediction here. LSU is going to get 1 5-star. Will we get more? That's the question. LSU are building a really good well of talent here. When will they start adding the Louisiana pieces to the puzzle? Who will be the first out of the state in Louisiana to commit to this class? Obviously Ashton Sams, but I mean the next one. Who will be the next? Who will be the next Louisiana player to really come out and commit to this class? A big pillar guy. Will that be Lance Hurd out of Neville? Big offensive lineman. Tyree Adams, offensive lineman. I think they're going to commit to the Tigers, and I think they'll commit soon. There's a chance that LSU can just keep stacking commitments throughout July and August, which is what their plan was, to get the bulk of the class, at least 80% of it, committed, hard commits by July and August. It looks like they're going to hit that mark. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. If you want to check out any of our stuff on Jaylen Brown, any stuff that we've ever said about Jaylen Brown, it's right there on our latest piece with links directly to all that stuff. We've always got that stuff hooked up in these articles where you got links to the other content to hook you up and to set you on a course where you can get information on what you want to check out. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's hope LSU kicks some ass and takes some names in the recruiting department this weekend, like they just did this last weekend. Just been continuing to rampage. And Jeremiah Hughes, I think, 3-star. Don't be fooled by that. Don't be fooled by that. This is a smart, disciplined player, I think, and still room to grow as well. But yeah,